friends, I'm back to the studio. I was indisposable for the last 2 months and now I am back. Today's video is very important and interesting. The theme of the video is unpacking the G-20 major takeaways from the New Delhi declarations. In other words, how India is benefited directly or indirectly from this G-20 summit. Friends, we have identified 9 specific areas which are very important in the New Delhi declarations, and it has a huge impact on the country's economy and bilateral position. First important area to refer is diplomatic milestone. Our major and first highlight is basically a diplomatic milestone. The New Delhi Declaration was adopted unanimously during the Leaders Summit in the Indian capital. And kindly note that all the 83 paragraphs of the declarations received 100% support from the world leaders. However, there was some dispute and which lingered disagreements with regard to Ukraine conflict and climate change provisions. Second important area to recon is welcoming African Union. Friends, today we have G-20. That means 19 countries plus European Union. With the African Union joining as its newest member, the G-20 will represent around 85% of the world's GDP. And this is very important from India's perspective because India's total trade with the African Union is approximately $100 billion, and during 22-23 we registered a growth of 9.26%. So therefore, India will get huge opportunity to expand its market, also to import materials from Africa to a great extent, and that way the business and economy will grow. This is one of the most important achievements in the economic side. Now, third important area is that Ukraine conflict. There was a divisions, but ultimately the G-20 leaders remained divided, with Russian President Putin opting to skip the summit. India played a crucial role in this case in moderating the discussions, resulting in a statement denouncing the use of force for territorial gain without naming Russia. That is a very important achievement. The differing views of this issue was a big challenge. Fourth area is the climate standoff. Our next highlight is the climate change standoff. As you know, that United Nations report emphasized the need to phase out the fossil fuel totally. In this case, G20 leaders could not reach an agreement. This disagreement cast a shadow over upcoming climate discussions in the United Arab Emirates, where G20 nations account for 80% of the total global emissions. However, there is a hope as the G20 endorsed tripling global renewable energy and the goal to peak emissions before 2025. Friends, as you know, India has taken many initiatives to phase out fossil fuel in a different manner, particularly in the energy sector. We are setting up hydrogen plant. We are giving huge importance on renewable energy, which include inter alia, solar energy, wind energy, biofuel, etc., etc. Fifth important area to mention and the most relevant for India is the modern spice route. What is that? A new route is coming up which will join India with Arabian countries like UAE, Saudi, and then it will connect Europe. It is estimated that the route between India and Europe will reduce by about 1,000 kilometers. And it is further estimated that the logistic cost for exporting materials from India to other countries through this route will reduce by 40%. Now, you can ask me whether it will help to increase the trade. I am not sure. But what I am sure is that the cost of exports, the cost of transportations, the cost of freight will come down drastically, and that is the major advantage India will enjoy from this spice route. Mind that many countries, including Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, they are investing heavily in this particular project, and that will be available to all the countries located in this region. Friends, sixth important area for India's perspective is the Global Biofuel Alliance. I repeat, the Global Biofuels Alliance. Another significant takeaway is the launch of the Global Biofuel Alliance, a priority under India's G20 presidency. Leaders from Brazil, India, and the United States joined forces to develop this alliance, which has the potential to revolutionize the energy sector. Seventh important area is the Black Sea Grain Initiative. You know that major exports from Ukraine to our various countries, we need Black Sea. Easy access to the Black Sea. Blocking of the Black Sea will mean that the world's major food exporters, grain exporters, will not get the access to export their products, to export their commodities to the various countries. As a result, there will be a mismatch between demand and supply, which will ignite the inflations. Here, G20 leaders called for the full and timely implementations of a UN-brokered deal allowing Ukraine to export grain via the Black Sea. This emphasizes the importance of food and energy security and calls for an end to the military disruptions in this region. And most important, another area is the fair and sustainable tax system. Friends, you might be knowing that most of the multinational companies, not most of the multinational companies have a very unique system to export their profit from high tax region to the low tax region on the basis of the transfer pricing. As a result, the higher tax regime loses the tax revenue and lower tax regime enjoys the higher tax collections. There is a mismatch. So the G20 leaders reaffirmed their commitment to a fair, sustainable and modern international tax systems so that each multinational can pay the right amount of tax in respect of income accrued in a particular country. This commitment aligns with the needs of the 21st century and aims to promote global economic stability. And ninth important area to recall is India's digital public infrastructure systems. World has recognized India's digital public infrastructure, which we call DPI, is gaining global recognition. The G20 nations pledged to build a DPI based on India's model. They are following India's model, which includes the UPI, Unified Payments Interface, and other. This signifies India's extraordinary strides in technology and a departure from the old norms. Friends, these are the major important 9 areas which I consider are very, very important so far our major achievements in G20 summit, which was held about few days back, that is on 9th and 10th September. And this is a great, great achievement of the country, that it is now clear that the summit had its share of challenges and trumps, shaping the global agenda for the years to come. Now I request, as usual, please like our video, forward it to your friends, relatives. Please subscribe so that we can come out with similar videos for your knowledge and understanding. I am sure this particular video will be extremely helpful to the people involved with the economy, finance, taxations, and must for UPSC aspirants. Thank you very much.